What's good, y'all, man? So, look, massive news on Tyreek Jemison, who decommitted today. I did not see this one coming. This was kept under wraps, but he decommitted from Kentucky. Now, as y'all know, if y'all follow my channel, I broke this commitment way back in June. I was one of the first ones on it when he committed to, obviously, Kentucky. I hosted it, obviously, on my platform and my channel. But he has decided to move on from Kentucky. Now, obviously, man, there's a lot of factors. I don't know necessarily all the factors that went into this. Sometimes it could be a change of a coaching staff. Sometimes it could be how the team does. Sometimes it could be they looking in a different direction. Or it could be, another team that's out there that's recruiting him hard. At the moment, I do not know. I do plan, however, to find out. And when the time is right, I will reveal the details. Nonetheless, this is a massive decommitment. Georgia Tech was obviously one of those teams that comes instantly to my mind of a team that's obviously recruiting him. I think NC State was in there, obviously in his top 5. Other teams in there was North Carolina. I don't really see it, maybe potentially, but I don't really see it, especially with the tumultuous season they're having. Yes, they could use the talent of a Tyreek Jemison, but the likelihood, I don't know. Now, Ole Miss is very interesting. He seems like he fits the size and the stature. Obviously, he's an SEC caliber offensive lineman, so Ole Miss does make a lot of sense. Obviously, they're looking for a type of guy like this, 6'5", 315 offensive tackle. Makes a lot of sense, obviously. NC State is another team I would not be surprised that if they try to go after him harder and try to land him. But to me, the real teams here just seems like Georgia Tech. They lost the commitment of Fretwell, who obviously flipped from Georgia Tech to Alabama. Georgia Tech only has 2 offensive tackles or 2 offensive line guys that's committed for this class in the Hurd twins, Cortland Hurd and Courtney Hurd, 6'7" and above. Massive offensive lineman from East Coweta. But it's how many guys do they take out of this class? Well, they take 3. Is too many offensive tackles too much? I'm not sure. As I look at the team and how they're developing and what look like in the next few years, obviously you got 2 staple tackles potentially in Peyton Joseph and Josh Petty, who will be sophomores next year. Obviously, these guys are going to be looking to play, early on with their size. Obviously, it'll be just continuing to work on their technique, their foot size, adjusting to the speed of the game. It does make sense for Georgia Tech. It's 3 offensive tackles, though, too much. And then when you hit a portal for a couple other guys, that remains to be seen. You feel like if Georgia Tech's going to get a guy that's going to be at the offensive guard or the interior of the offensive line. But remember, just because you play offensive tackle as a high schooler doesn't necessarily mean you're going to play offensive tackle as a college player as well. So that's something I want you guys to think about too. Somebody can get moved into an offensive guard spot that can help out. Because remember, they're going to lose Keelan Rutledge. They're going to use Joe Fusal as well. Guard spot is something they're going to definitely need, even from the portal and even from young guys. So I do want to throw that out as well. To me, it's always been the relationship, though, that Tyreek has had with Coach Jeep Wade, how close they've been, how connected they've been. And remember, y'all, this ain't a sprint. It's a marathon. It ain't officially official until December. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to say. Like I said, I feel like Tech and obviously Ole Miss are the 2 teams here. But it'll be interesting to see what he does. If he takes a game day visit to Tech, how hard they recruit him. If Coach Wade continues to reach out to try to land him, that's going to be something to watch here, over the next little bit of time and to kind of see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's early now. He's probably going to try to focus on the rest of the season. And as December approaches and it hits, you'll probably see him get more inclined in and obviously more locked in with the school that he wants to go to. But with over 45 offers, I'm sure he's going to get reached out by several other people. Again, I don't have any inside information. I'm from the outside looking in of where I think he could go. But as I know more info, I will let y'all know. But that's my thoughts. That's my reactions. Maybe Tech will target him. Is 3 offensive linemen too much? Will one of these guys move to the guard spot? We will find out, to say the least, man. But that's my thoughts. That's my reaction.